Sorry guys, my mind went somewhere. Anyways, hello, guess who it is? It's Ian Gibbs, and welcome back to my ability comparison series. Wait, something's a little off here. My knee hurts. Yes, that's right, I finally ditched my laptop's built-in microphone and am now using a separate USB microphone for my voiceover endeavors, as well as a different recorder. Yeah, my laptop's built-in recording feature just muffles all outside audio for some reason. But I'm getting off topic here. Okay, so this series revolves around defining the ultimate version of an ability that exists across two games, with the criteria of achieving visual coolness and OP-ness.
Oh.
This video is no different, as I'm looking at how AUT and Sakura stand did not just any JoJo stand, but a stand meant to be the reincarnation of Dio Brando himself. A stand proven to be like using a demon core as a flytrap. I'm talking about Seamoon, baby. Which, after a very quick plug about subscribing to my channel and watching my other videos, wow, that was quick, we'll first start off showcasing the Seamoon of a universal time.
こんな時どうするか。2 3 5破裂しろ。神の不死必然なのだ。パンチは必ず一発だけだ。覚悟しろ。チームシャッシャッシャッ崩れ落ちる自分の貧弱さを思い知れ。裏返したそこだ行け始末しに来た裏返し才能は否定してはいけない暴れもう決して立つなここで終わりだこれは試練なのだ
And that's AUT Seamoon. First off, what on God's green earth is this model? Previously, I was praising the AUT modelers on how primo their stand jobs were, but from what I'm learning here, there's apparently some outliers in their craftsmanship, like Seamoon here. Now, granted, Seamoon does have a skin with an objectively better model that's on par with the other stand models, but this skin also changes every voice line to Pucci's voice actor from specifically Eyes of Heaven. I'm more accustomed to Pucci's voice actor from the anime, which is more of a preference issue, but who's the one making the verdicts around here? Also, this isn't Seamoon's base model, and I always judge his abilities without skins in order to keep things fair. So in this context, the AUT modelers really let me down here. Well, at least Seamoon's visual effects make up for it. They're pretty solid for a moveset that's been around for about 2 years. And for what it's worth, the moves themselves are pretty unique. I'm talking Pucci's prime number spiel, an extremely smug beatdown, and a frickin' moon gravity mode. The rest of Seamoon's moves are more brute and straightforward, but it's fine considering the more aggressive fighting style it utilizes canonically, especially since Seamoon can use its gravity manipulation to literally invert opponents upon contact. Yeah, there's not much to inversion visually, but I guess the developer's gonna really do much more with it. To be fair, I can't imagine a different take on debuffing your opponents in this manner that isn't either extremely graphic or extremely fetishy. But what do I know to validate criticism like this? Anyways, Seamoon's utility is pretty solid, but it's definitely more close range compared to the abilities we've judged previously. Not to mention how its move startups are not really slow to AUT standards, but noticeably more sluggish than, say, the world. So this moveset is the pure definition of situational combat. But two things. One, most of Seamoon's close-range moves have hyper armor, so you're safe for the most part during these slow startups. And two, the majority of Seamoon's moves inflicts inversion, so an opponent quickly dashing away from you won't really help them the next couple of seconds. So Seamoon is indeed situational, all the while accounting for the situation. Charming. All in all, like the world, Seamoon is the median of what makes the abilities in AUT both great and lackluster, and it gets an 8 out of 10. Alright, next up,
Seamoon! くらえパンチは必ず一発だけだ私の肉体が基本だ行け覚悟しろ
that's Sakura Stan's Sea Moon. The stand model is what I'd normally expect from this game, a little on the uncanny side, but it's charming for what it is. But for some clarity, it's worse than AUT's Eyes of Heaven skin, but better than their base model, you dig? Also, I'm blown away by how these moves look. Here I was thinking Sakura Stan knew how to reference source material with their abilities, but here's Sea Moon reading the source material like it's a frickin' manuscript. Its feats are objectively more recognized here, and I love it. Sure, you got the usual culprits, but every move clearly has character, from the inversion fist to this goofy move. God, I love this move. Not to mention guns. Sea Moon in Sakura Stand has a functional pilot mode as well. AUT originally had it with the Pucci stands, but like Sakura Stand and variant moves, they don't know how to code it apparently. But moving on, I'm also warming up to the Gravity Flux beatdown. I like what they were going for, but it's definitely a victim of outdated animation. In fact, the only deterrence I can think of for Sea Moon here is how old looking it is compared to everything else. If it got a visual overhaul, then it would be perfect for me. Even the utility is perfect in my opinion. Now, this is Sakura Stand, so Sea Moon is obviously capable of some meaty combo strings. But what makes it interesting is how you can switch to pilot mode mid-combo and then use this exclusive move. I actually got cyberbullied back in the day with a Sea Moon combo similar to this one. But getting into specifics, its moveset is very versatile, like projectiles and stunners galore. Also, Sea Moon's counter is just foul play, but I like that. Simply put, you're probably going to have a bad time fighting a really good Sea Moon player. In short, Sea Moon is ultimately one of the best abilities I've seen yet in Sakura Stand. It could really use a brush up to look more refined like this game's more recent updates, but right now it gets a 9.5 out of 10, meaning that Sakura Stand has the definitive version of Sea Moon.